Hey guys, we are in San Diego at InterSolar and we're going to try to show you what the industry is bringing to you in 2025. Luckily, we have absolutely stunning weather. I think it's over 70 degrees compared to what we've just experienced in Texas, which was record cold weather. Serious about solar, this show is one of those absolute must attend, and I make it a priority every year, not just as a YouTuber but also as an installer. It's crucial to stay on top of the latest tech so my customers and obviously you guys get the best and newest products. We're going to start with Canadian Solar. It's a company that was founded in 2001 in Canada, and it's one of the world's largest solar panel manufacturer, but they are also a storage manufacturer as well, and we're going to talk about their battery product as well as some panel options. With the current administration that we have, we see that the manufacturing in the USA is actually becoming very, very popular, and this is exactly what Canadian Solar is doing. So what's getting really, really important in the manufacturing sector is that actually it's not panels that are assembled in the USA anymore. Panels and cells actually have to be manufactured in the USA. And Canadian Solar is actually one of those manufacturers that are becoming or are actually starting to manufacture their solar cells in the USA as well. Or hopefully we're going to see some more tax credit associated with domestic content, maybe some extra 10% tax credit possibly on the residential sector as well. And so as you can see, the 450 and up really is becoming the new residential norm, and the 23% efficiency is also the new residential norm, which is so crazy because 2-3 years ago, 23% used to be just the Maxion standard or the SunPower standard. Now this is basically the new norm in the industry. Besides manufacturing solar panels, which they have been doing for quite some time, they're also now manufacturing solar or home storage batteries, so which is their EP Cube battery as well, which is one of my top 5 batteries for 2025. The ease of this product, just like with basically most of the hybrid system, is that you're going to get your solar gateway, you're going to have your solar inverter. This is their hybrid inverter or AC coupled inverter, and then these are your battery modules. Each come in 3.3 stacks, so you can have up to 20 kilowatts in each of the hybrid inverter, which is a 7.6 if I remember correctly. I do have a video comparison of Tesla Powerwall versus EP Cube, and I'm going to link it here or in my description below so you can watch that if you want to. Let's see how it works. Solar panels, your DC is going into your hybrid inverter here. You can also have this AC coupled. Then your hybrid inverter, which is located right here, then goes into this is your gateway, this is your transfer switch, and then all of this is connected then to your main home electrical panel or your backup loads. So if you decide to have either a whole home setup or a critical load setup, you can do either way. And then of course this goes then to the grid, which is your meter in your home. Yeah, oh, and you can have it connected to the generator, which is not common with all the backup solutions in the market. So what we have over here, it's what's called EP Cube Lite, and what this does is basically you have your backup, but you don't have backup. So you can circulate your battery, you can charge your battery and discharge your battery daily. So it's very good and cheaper for people that do not experience power outages, but they need their battery for net metering purposes. But you will not, if you invest into EP Cube Backup Lite, you will not have your gateway. So in case of a power outages, you will not have a battery backup, but you are experiencing savings because of the EP Cube Lite. Now, FranklinWH was a major highlight as a leading battery manufacturer. Their A-Power 2 is absolutely a solid option. A-Power 2 is designed for whole home backup. It has 15 kilowatt hour capacity and 10 kilowatts of continuous power output, which is significant for residential use. It's capable of basically supporting a whole home backup. Obviously, their battery chemistry is LFP, which is great for safety and longevity. This system is also hugely scalable because you're allowed to connect up to 15 A power 2 units per A gate, reaching basically a maximum of 225 kilowatt hours of storage. I don't know who needs this much power, but obviously there's a lot of homes in Texas that probably do need this much power and probably should get this much power of backup. Now, this would probably be very expensive. Now, what sets this battery apart is definitely its warranty, which is a 15-year warranty, which I think it's because of that LFP chemistry. Now, I was hoping that Franklin would be coming out with a hybrid at this show. Unfortunately, they were not. However, they said that they are coming with an A Power S that is to be launched at the end of this year. So they said Q3 or Q4. And really the biggest question I had was whether the A Power 2 will be compatible with the A Power S, and the answer that I received was yes. So that's good news for anybody who installed or is going to install the A Power 2, is you will be able to ultimately or eventually add the A Power 2 or add more panels with a hybrid system as well. What excites me the most about Franklin, Canadian, and all those other solid manufacturers is that they are bringing their manufacturing, not all of it, but portions of it, to the US market, and so does Franklin. It's interesting to see who was not there. Big names like QCELLS, SMA, SPAN, REC, and Tesla were absent, which is unusual. I guess RE Plus is considered to be that bigger show in the United States, but the presence of the people at InterSolar was still pretty strong, and I did manage to connect with all the key players in person, just without the booth. Now, TIGO was there, of course. That's my personal favorite. This is this agnostic panel level monitoring. It's their rapid shutdown optimization. Now, they have a variety of products for panel level devices. It works seamlessly with most central inverter options like your EP Cube, your EG4, Sol-ark, Solis, SMA, Fronius. TIGO also showed their newest product, which is going to be X. Now, this option will be basically a field upgradable option. So you will be able to start with just the F, and then in the future, if you want to add the monitoring feature or optimization feature, you'll be able to pay for an upgrade, basically call up TIGO and buy the upgraded feature and add it in the future without the need to basically take the panel level monitoring unit off the roof and replace it with a newer one. Now, Fronius is a very, very high quality brand, and they showed off their new hybrid inverter, which will be compatible with BYD batteries. Now, they were kind of a missing person for a few years in the market, but they are coming in strong this year with their newest hybrid inverter. Plenty of battery options were displayed for pairing with Sol-ark inverters. Here we can see Lux Power, which is our EG4 manufacturer of the inverter, but they also manufacture batteries as well. Speaking of EG4, they had a huge presence at the show, showcasing their newest FlexBoss and GridBoss system. They're definitely growing pretty fast with a focus on DIY clients, though maybe not as an installer-friendly option. Now, the original EG4 inverter was kind of like your Sol-ark copy, but the newest one is more like your Powerwall option, right? It has your gateway, and then it has your hybrid inverter that you then can pair with their indoor or outdoor battery, which is a pretty good battery capacity. And I'll definitely link the batteries below in the description as well. Sol-ark has been focusing on growing in the hybrid inverter, which works with many brands of batteries. Now, on their booths, you can see their preferred partners. Now, this gives you a little bit more flexibility when choosing your preferred battery. Now, they're also growing in the commercial sector as well. Generac's new batteries look absolutely fantastic. Now, they'll definitely need to prove themselves after their initial market entry. It is a pretty trusted brand, though, because of their generators, which I absolutely trust. Anker is doing a lot of marketing in the DIY community, and we're seeing customers bar their smaller batteries and then ask for solar panels to be paired with them, which is a different approach than like whole home solar system. This is definitely a future video idea that I think I really should work on, because I have seen quite a lot of issues with it, not necessarily with the Anker product itself, but just kind of how people approach the product itself. Now, definitely Anker is a very, very well-known and very good brand. Nothing against Anker here. I think this is more of a customer awareness problem. Their batteries, the outdoor batteries, are great for camping, etc., and their whole home setup is absolutely amazing as well. I think this is just more of a consumer problem rather than the company problem. Bluetti is another one of those portable battery options, but as you can see, everyone is moving towards a whole home setup. As you can see, they're also having a whole home battery options, but it is essential to get it right from the start, avoiding compatibility issues in the future. Jackery also had a TIGO solar option. It's a Tesla competitor. This was being showcased here. Personally, I'm not a big fan of a TIGO solar solution due to an increased connection points and potential points of failure. Definitely let me know your thoughts on like a TIGO solar option down in the comments below. Nothing against Jackery here. Now, these portable options are great for camping trips or like very small backup, kind of like your portable generator. But when it comes to whole home backup or even fighting against net metering policies, like you have to do it right from the get-go. So you're going to go with your Powerwall, with your Franklin, with your EP Cube. I personally do not like these small portable battery options myself. Now you can share thoughts down in the comments below, just like you will about the tile options. The portable backup or the critical load backup, it's an easy sell, right? Because it's a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. So a lot of homeowners will pay for it with a credit card. It's an easy sell rather than buying a $15,000 whole home backup. But I think it's basically half-assing your backup system rather than doing it right from the get-go. Now, this is just my opinion. Now, Jackery also has a whole home setup, just like Anker and Bluetti does as well. So you do have that option. I just say that it's better to do it right from the get-go. I really was not sure why the truck was there at the hall, but it turns out that ABC delivers your equipment all the way to the rooftop. Hybrids inverters were basically everywhere with tons of storage options. AC coupled systems were practically non-existent. I was really surprised with the amount of different manufacturers from overseas coming and trying to enter the battery and inverter market. I am really, really curious to see who's going to be able to stay afloat with the current market situation. It is actually very interesting how a lot of Asian manufacturers have options for both high voltage system and low voltage battery systems. RCT. This is a German brand we've actually seen at the last 4 or actually 5 shows. I've seen them in Germany and in the US. They're making a push into the US market with their sleek products. I honestly would not mind this to be in my garage. I think this is looking pretty good. You can see a high and low voltage battery options, which can be paired with a Sol-ark inverter, the low voltage one, the 48 volt one. Now, I really don't know who buys all these battery options. There's so many options to choose from. I do not know how all these brands are staying in business, but I'm happy that they're still here, you know? Briggs & Stratton is actually one of those batteries that I do personally like. They were acquired, well, Simplify was the original battery brand, and they were acquired by Briggs & Stratton back in 2021, and they do pair very well with Sol-ark inverter. Lots and lots and lots of inverter, hybrid inverters, and battery options from overseas. AP Systems, known for microinverters and rapid shutdown devices, is now also offering, guess what, hybrid storage systems as well. I guess just like Hoymiles, it's another one of those companies that realize that all batteries are DC. We need that DC to DC conversion or lack of the conversion, right? So we want hybrid systems, and that's the future. Those brands, it was just easier to enter the market with something that was easier to sell, which is or has been microinverters, because that's what the market was used to. But microinverters are still a good product in Europe or in apartments. Like, they're very, very popular in apartment complex where you just need like 1, 2, 3, or 4 panels on like a balcony where you just need a few panels to install, and you do not need a huge central inverter, you just need a few units. I'm honestly surprised to see some of these companies that are entering the US market enter with microinverter solutions. But if you don't know my thoughts on microinverters, make sure to watch my microinverter thoughts video. I will make sure to link it down below and maybe at the end of this video as well. And half of the show was, of course, panel manufacturers. This year, a lot of it was commercial options. I'm pretty surprised they showed a 21% efficiency panel here, because it does appear that 23% panel efficiency is the norm these days. Boviet is definitely one of the big panel manufacturing. They're definitely bigger when it comes to commercial solar panels. I have to say there was a lot of options and a lot of brands that I honestly haven't heard of before. We're going to look for the highest efficiency and the highest wattage panel. So far, 720 watt peak with 23.18% efficiency. This is one of those brands that I have not seen before in my life. Jinko is one of those manufacturers that do have a facility in Florida, so they're assembled in the United States. I do wonder if they're going to start manufacturing cells in the United States, so they'll be finally able to say manufactured in USA, not assembled in the USA, just like you can see over here. Also, Jinko, why don't you have solar panels on your roof? And honestly, if you didn't, I would also Photoshop them so it looks pretty cool. Another manufacturer that I really haven't heard of before. Alp Solar, another one that I really have not heard of before. And the 30-year linear power output warranty, I guess, is getting more popular with the newer brands. Here's another 720 watt peak panel. Lots of panels with over 23% efficiency. Now, SEG was a major sponsor. They are a manufacturer from Houston that was founded in 2016. They do have a facility in Houston, and they are positioning themselves as a very strong player for 2025. As you can see, they had a panel that was 23.32% efficient. Now, this is actually getting funny. The American flag is getting very, very popular. As you can see over here, these panels are made for USA, but made in India. So I have to give their marketing team a shout out for creativeness for sure. Here is another Asian manufacturer with a very high efficiency panel, 23.5%. This is another brand that I have not heard of before. However, they do have a Kiwa label, which is actually a very good qualification for solar panel. All right, this one might be the highest efficiency so far, 23.4% efficient. Now, Maxion booth was definitely pretty small. After SunPower went out of business, I honestly don't know who even installed these panels anymore, but they are definitely one of the best panels in the entire world. I mean, they were the leading quality of panels for sure. I definitely wish them good luck. I just wish they were a little bit more affordable because they are definitely very, very expensive. As you can see, LONGi was also hit with how hard the market has been for panel manufacturer in the recent years. They've been struggling for sure. Telesun has been around since 2009, so it's one of those big Asian manufacturers that is a tier 1 Bloomberg's list panel manufacturer. And I think we found our winner, 735 watt panel with 23.66% efficiency. Of course, at the show, you can also see a lot of racking options as well.
When you're ready, you attach it to the roof. When you find that you need a little bit of adjustability, you back the screws out and you can move that on the secondary plate, never disturbing your seal.
Here you can see one of our favorite SunStack option. This is different than your flashing solution. It is suitable for both rafter and deck installation, and it uses butyl solution, which makes it 100% waterproof. K2 is another brand that I highly recommend and trust. I've been using them myself as an installer for quite some time. They have both rail and rail-less solution. They have tons of options for your metal roofs, whether it's corrugated or standing seam, basically to avoiding of warranty or any penetration if you cannot penetrate the roof, etc. All right, and the best or the most exciting as last, so the smart panels, right? I mean, Span wasn't there, but Schneider Electric was. And Schneider is a huge company, and they're very well known in the electrical sector. And of course, they're coming out with their smart panels as well. Now, this is not yet available for everyone. This is definitely newer product, so it's not yet something that I would tell you go ahead and buy just yet. I definitely want to make a video on the smart panels very soon, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. But I'm definitely looking forward to this as a norm for most homes in the future. Solar show is not just work, but it's also a little bit of socializing and meeting people in the industry, and not just the solar industry, but also in the YouTube industry. As you can see, I was able to talk to Ricky from 2Beat Da Vinci, as well as Ben Solins from his YouTube channel. I was also able to see Will Pros, which I am a huge fan of. Will knows that. And of course, I was able to record a video with Joe Ordia, which is going to be up on his channel, hopefully very soon. This pretty much sums it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like this video, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos on tech and renewable energy. I will see you in my next video. Bye.